Right, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FTRL. We're back in the official season, it's season 10. So, new drivers, new division, and 3 new champions to be found. With me for the first race is Lico. How
Good
you doing,
evening.
mate? Hello.
I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Very excited to get the first race off. Got a lot of drivers coming out of the garage straight off the bat, so it's going to be a
Indeed. New
congested grid.
season, new game as well.
So we had our
Lots.
pre-season races last week, and they seemed
Indeed.
to go down quite well. So,
Now it starts for real though. So
oh yeah, points up for grabs this week. I'm sure the guys will be hoping to get off to a good start. A couple of guys on holiday, unfortunately, so we've got a few missing. But I'm sure the guys that are here will put on a good show.
indeed they will. Right. So we'll do a quick recap of last season then. So a new champion was crowned. It was Zach, who first-time champion, taking the crown away from two-time champion Dutch. The last round at Abu Dhabi. And he will be looking to defend his crown. He's back and he's racing tonight. Unfortunately, Dutch is away on holiday, currently sunning himself, so he is not here for the first 2 races. And that could prove critical in this season's title, because can he make up whatever points deficit he has to after missing the first 2 races?
It's going to be a big ask, because I'm sure while Dutch is gone, Zach will take full advantage. Definitely a very quick driver, and I'm sure he'll want to retain his crown.
Indeed, I believe he took quite a dominant victory here last season as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Dutch missed a couple of races last season as well, and obviously had a few issues towards the back end of the season with his wheel and other things. So you never know, anything can happen.
So as the action starts and the first lap's beginning, we'll just do a quick rundown of the teams. So starting with Mercedes, we've got the 2-time champion Dutch, unfortunately not with us tonight, alongside Brandon. In the Ferrari, we've got Zach, reigning champion, having him and Dutch swapping teams this season, and Tico is his teammate. I'm currently watching the 2 Ferraris drafting down the start-finish straight there as Tico starts his lap. In Red Bull, we've got CJ and F3. In Renault, Danny Blake, who won the F1 race last week, the pre-season race, in quite dominant fashion in China. So will that set him up quite nicely for this race here? And he's teaming with Tim 12, who unfortunately doesn't look like he's joined us tonight. Unfortunately, looks like he's missed out in the lobby. In Haas, we've got FTRL Panda, and coming up from Div 2, we've got Aaron. Unfortunately missed out on the title in Division 2 after he was on holiday for the last race of last season, but he is back and teamed up with Panda in the Haas. In the McLaren, we've got Chicken Guy and Co-Andy. In the Racing Point, we've got Krez and Lennon, who's come up from Division 2. In the Alfa Romeo, we've got the People's Champ, Ravers, and Blue Flag. In Toro Rosso, we've got Matt Cors, although unfortunately absent today. He's tuning in from Italy, hopefully. And he's teammating with Willie Tix. And finally at the Williams, we've got City Posh and we've got Connor.
Very nice. Yeah, Connor being a recent change. Obviously a seat needing to get filled in F1, so Connor onto the podium, took that step up.
Let's see how he gets on. So the first few laps coming in, and it is Tico who's currently fastest from Panda, separated by less than a tenth of a second between those two. The first few laps now starting to come in.
Yeah, still no lap from Aaron, but he's on his out lap. And Aaron has already shouted at me for calling it Div 1 and not F1. So I'll make sure
Yes,
I keep doing that so he can keep shouting at me.
If anybody does pick up on that tonight, please tell us off and we'll do our best to get it right. And obviously there's the changes with the tyres as well. I know there was some couple of errors with the soft, the medium, and the hard compounds. In I think it was the Div 3 race, wasn't it? I think you were called the mediums the softs because of the yellow stripe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot of
I'm sure
things
we'll get
changing.
there.
It's going to take a bit to get used to. I'm sure I won't be the only commentator to get the leagues wrong. So
Definitely not, definitely not. So I'm currently running on board with, in fact the curtain's over the corner of my screen, I can't even see him on board with. I think it's Brent. Showing the TV over, that's a good start, there we go. So new for 2019, of course, for F1, we've got the simplified front wings, so a lot of reduction in front and downforce, and I think a lot of us have been picking up on that in the pre-season races. How have you been getting on with the game since you've started playing?
yeah, it's not been too bad. Race situations are definitely a lot harder due to, like you say, the new handling models and such. It's definitely a lot harder to brake when you've got slipstream and stuff like that. So it's going to be tough for the drivers, especially at Bahrain with the turn one. So hopefully the guys take it easy on the first lap. As we always say, the races aren't won on lap one, so
But they can very definitely be lost.
for sure. We don't want half the grid getting knocked out of the race at turn one at the start of a brand new season.
So I'm just on board with Aaron at the minute now. He's on his first flying lap and he's on the hard compound then. So I think one of the big thing we've noticed so far is the soft tyres do not last long at all, do they, on this game? So I think people will be using them at their peril. So expect to see a lot of the runners on either the mediums or the hards. So Aaron now just coming down towards the final corner.
Yeah, you do. If you are going to set a time on the soft tyre, you really do need to take it easy on the outlap because, like you say, they were extremely quick, and by the time you're actually on your flying lap, you've already lost quite a lot of grip. So
Yeah, I think we saw in a couple of the races those who did run on the soft tyres maybe only lasting 3 or 4 laps in some cases before having to make a pit stop. I think a couple of the pre-season races, especially F1 and F3, were mixed conditions, so the penalty wasn't quite so bad for those who did run the soft. But Bahrain, not a place associated with rain, so I'm not expecting changeable conditions for this one.
be extremely unlucky for the guys if they've got rain around here. Some yellow flags though in sector 1. Oh, onto the podium is into the barrier. Where is that? It's where Vettel had the same sort of spin.
He had his spin.
Yeah, yes, is that turn 4? Turn 5?
Yes,
something
that's
like
4, isn't it? One. Yeah, turn 4, that one. Looks like he's got away with it though. He's not out of the session, so he can get back round and have another go. I think he's made a mistake on his first lap as well. He's on a 1:45.8, so only 17 seconds off pole at the moment.
Sure, at the moment.
Quicker than that.
Got a little bit of time though. So seems to compose
himself. On board with Lennon now. He's the last one to set a positive. We just clipped that curve there. It turn 13 towards the end of the lap there. Very tricky curve there. The fast right hand, and if you just touch that curve on the inside, usually you end up facing the barrier, if not giving it a little kiss, as I found out several times already in pre-season.
Yeah, quite a lot of guys in the pits at the moment. However, we do now have 4 drivers on an outlap. Lennon just started his flying lap. Obviously, F2's champion. There you go. Got it right that time.
Stepping up to Div 1. I mean F1, damn it. So close.
Yeah, so only Tico and Panda have set times on the soft so far.
Chicken Guy's also on the soft actually. Yeah, we've got 3 on the soft. We've got a number on the hard, so yeah, a bit of a spread so far. Lennon currently on the hards as well. He's the last one to set a lap. So yeah, 2 of the all 3 soft runners in the top 5. Zach just posts a 1:29.7 on the hard to go 3rd. That's an impressive lap.
Tried to have a flick down the grid because we did have some yellow flags in sector 3, but I think that might have just been somebody letting somebody through. I think so. Zach moves out of the way for F3.
So just checking the stream, lots of guys already tuned in. Thank you for listening in, guys. Yes, I say there's Aaron having a moment you already. So, quick predictions then. What do you think, or who do you think might be on the podium come the end of this race?
Boy Scope's back in as well. Hello, hello.
So then, top 3, who are you picking?
I kind of want to go a bit wacky. So,
okay.
I mean, Panda's been looking very quick. I think he could get up there on the podium. You've got to go Zach. Just, you know, he's a champion, so you've got to go Zach. And then I'm going to go Bran. He was very, very quick last season, out of absolutely nowhere. So hopefully he can carry that pace onto this year's game as well. Could have a very big season if he can carry that pace over.
Yeah, I know he's putting a lot of time into the F1. I've seen him posting videos. He's in quite a few leagues, so he's definitely getting the mileage in. So yeah, I'm going to go with you. I think Zach probably for the win. He's going to look quite ominous starting from 3rd on the hards. Like you say, Panda's been very good pre-season, and he does go well here. Currently sitting in 2nd, so I'm going to put him on the podium. And for 3rd, I'm going to put the other Ferrari, so I'm going to go Tico. So I was about to say the top 3 if they stood, and just Coan, he just goes slots into 3rd there. But yeah, they're going to go Zach, Panda, Tico for my top 3.
Nice. Pagani's gone with
So
the
yeah,
Zach, Panda, and
the
CJ.
chat. By all means, let us know what you think, who your top 3 is. Pagani reckons Zach, Panda, and CJ. That's the CJ currently 5th on the grid on the medium tone. What's happened there?
A lot of the drivers out on the mediums now, so we should start seeing some quicker laps. Got to start getting the laps right now. Can't afford any mistakes.
So just on board with Chicken Guy now as he starts to get to the middle part of the lap out on the medium tyres, like you say. First, these 2 downhill, very tricky hairpin bends. I know I'm struggling with the second one, especially here. It's very easy to just miss your braking, your turning in point, and you're out on the curb and you're out in the dust very easily. Riding the curb there, so a bit of a slide.
Yeah.
It's all more or less in check.
A few drivers seem to be struggling through that corner. Like we've mentioned a few times, the braking is a little bit different on this year's game, so that corner you definitely need to get the right braking point, otherwise you end up on the curb on the right like Chicken Guy did, and it really makes the car unstable.
Peteman reckons ravers, ravers and ravers on the podium.
That would be impressive.
And Hyper GT seems these hits are going to be me. So
again, that would be quite impressive.
Especially as he's sat in his pants watching it at home. Donzo reckons Zach, Tico, Panda, and Bottle reckons Zach, Tico, CJ. So yeah, I think Zach seems to be the favourite amongst the guys. He's down to 6th now, but he's out on the mediums, so I'd expect him to improve his time, which is currently set on the hards.
Tico's about to cross the line for another final lap.
Panda's gone within 200ths of a second now.
Tico improves.
Tico goes 10th faster. They're currently the benchmark.
The other Ferrari driver is currently on an outlap on the mediums. Oh, Tico's gone. Is he crashed? I wonder if he's just decided that's a good lap.
That's probably the max he's going to get.
Yeah, he's probably just decided it's a decent lap. I'll call it there.
So he managed to improve by about a 10th of a second. So he's obviously already set a couple of competitive times as I'm on board with Ravers as he goes through the first of the hairpins. Now coming up towards the tricky downhill. We've got yellow flags in all sectors. I'm assuming that's probably just people letting people past, although blue flag has also the session and Willie Tix. So I wonder.
Yeah, I think a few
We've
drivers
had a
who are in
couple
the
of
pits at the moment
accidents.
deciding that they're not going to do another run, so they're just retiring. Raver's just getting ready for his flying lap. Chicken Guy into the pits. Let's go on board with last season's champion. Why not? See what sort of time he can set on those medium tyre.
Hooked up the dangerous hairpin quite nicely then.
And this corner as well is going to be very tricky. On last year's game, it was very problematic for most drivers. Definitely claimed a
Yeah,
fair few victims throughout the race and
yeah. I think you need to
qualifying.
stay away from that curb on the inside, don't you?
Oh yeah. Right, here we go then.
Hang on, out of the final corner. Where is the champ going to end up?
Oh, third.
The third.
Not a
Just
bad place to be on those
Panda.
mediums.
Good pace there, just 2/10 off pole on the harder compound.
Bit strange seeing Aaron down there, so hopefully he can get in a decent time on the mediums. He's left it late, so any mistakes on this lap is going to cost him. Zach getting out of the way for him.
Nicely apex in turn 4, through the fast 5 and 6. And this 7 here is a corner I've been having a few problems with there, but rides the curve nicely. Down into turn 8. Nice apex. Through turn 9 down into turn 10. All under control. Very nice tidy lap so far from Aaron.
Yeah, they seem to get really nice traction out of that corner. A few guys have been struggling there for traction so far, but seem to handle that quite well.
Getting out to the dangerous 13. Stays away from that curb. Firing it down, so time is up. These will be the last flying laps. Just one corner to go for Aaron.
Nice bit of curb.
Plenty of curb into the final corner. I'll slow him a little bit. Runs
DRS
to the
open.
line.
6.
And up to P6.
Not bad at all.
That's who we've got. Yeah, lap.
So Bran is currently
Still
on a
up.
flying lap. Zach Pitts.
And Lennon's on a flying lap as well. F3 just coming out the final corner here. Does he improve on his 13th?
Yeah,
He does, he goes P9.
Great lap. So who is going to cross the line first? Bran or
Next
Lennon?
is onto the podium next.
Oh, I think Bran pulled out of his
He
lap actually.
goes 12th.
Alright, all eyes on Lennon then for the last lap.
Move on Lennon. And now he comes down to the final corner.
There we go then, currently 14th. Only set a time on the hard so far. DRS open, across the line, and he goes P9. Which means F3 will be pushed down. Right. Quite a jumbled quali there. Some guys certainly where you wouldn't expect them. So TKO takes the first pole position.
Indeed, and both soft runners on the front row of the grid, as you probably would expect. So there's the grid. Tico, Panda and Zach are your top 3. CJ in 4th in the Red Bull, and then Bran, Aaron, Co-Andy, Chris, Lennon, F3, Ravers, Willie Tix onto the podium, Chicken Guy, and a blue flag. We've qualified on the hard, so we've quite nice symmetry there. We've got the 2 softs at the front, all the mediums in the middle, and the 1 qualifier on the hard at the back. So the tyre compounds doing their bit. And now let's see the racers do theirs. A couple more predictions from in the chats. When my phone goes back to the right way. So Donzo reckons, where's it's gone? He reckons Zach Tico Panda. Bottle was Zach Tico CJ. James plays HD, of course. Got to get that in because he needs to know that everybody needs to know that he plays in HD. He reckons Zach, Panda, and Tico for the top three. So yeah, Zach, the favourite amongst the guys in the chat as well. Panda quite often coming up there. Tico, those are your top three. Nice try, Hyper GT. You didn't catch us out. This is definitely F1.
Yeah, James plays, who I believe is preheated oven, I think.
Yes.
Saying Panda has done class there. Good luck from Aaron as well. Good start for the Haas. Agreed. I think Haas will be very much a dark horse for the championship. Aaron and Panda are good teammates together and very consistent drivers, so I think they'll be up there.
Yes. So, first formation lap of F1 Season 10. Watch the Ferraris. Tico taking the first pole with Panda behind him. Both starting on the soft though, so early pit stops for those two to get rid of those tyres. 29 lap race. What would you reckon? 4 or 5 laps perhaps before they go onto the hards? Maybe push it a little bit longer.
Wouldn't be long. I mean, if they can get away and try and not battle, then maybe 7, 8 laps. But I mean, that would be pushing it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go much further than that, are we? So in third, we've got Zach, the reigning champion, first of the medium runners, and he is alongside CJ. Ran starting 5th in the Mercedes, holding up the Mercedes honour alongside Aaron. Co-Andy starting 7th alongside Cress, who's backed up by his teammate Lennon. In 9th, sharing row 5 with 3. And Lennon has crashed on the formation lap, but he's got away with it. Cold tyres catching him out there. Ravers starting P11 alongside Willie Tix. Onto the podium, 13th alongside Chicken Guy. And Blue Flag has row 8 all to himself.
Very nice.
So, coming round the last couple of corners. Tico, they're giving it the beans just to put some heat into his rear tyres.
Yeah, so Willie Tix and Chicken Guy, the only guys starting on the hards. So obviously going to be a lot slower in the first stint, but they're going to be on the softer tyre and obviously a lot less fuel towards the end of the race, so they could be very, very quick, pushing for that top 10 towards the end of the race.
Indeed, I think you've got to take the pain of the first stint, try not to lose too much time to those ahead of you, and then obviously as they swap onto a softer compounded tyre, make up for it at the end when everybody else goes the other way. Final couple of cars come to the grid.
Here we go then.
Everybody's set.
The new season of FTRL is about to get underway. 4 red lights.
4, 5 lights. And we're off. And it's a good start. By the second row.
Zach's got a fantastic start and may get Panda into turn 1 here.
Tico's covering him off. He holds the lead.
I think Panda's made contact with Tico.
Oh, he's been collected. Oh, there's front wing everywhere. Oh dear. It's all the wrong for Panda.
Panda's all the way down to 12th. Did somebody hit Panda or did Panda make contact with Tico?
It looked like Panda and I think Zach came together around the outside. Zach came around the outside and just, I think when you just touched that front wheel, he's had another moment there. I think you saw with Vettel a couple of times last season, that front wheel just bangs on the wrong part of the car, you go round.
Yeah.
Bit of contact there as Willie Tix runs into the back of Blue Flag. But it's a dream start for Ferrari, and 1 and 2, Tico from the pole.
Racing Point has gone quite wide, coming out of that sharp left-hander. It was Cress, I think.
I think it's Cress, yep. He's now side by side with Panda, who gets him on the run up to turn 11.
Has Panda got any damage, or did he just spin
So there's
and
definitely
manage
some
to get
front
away
wing
with
hit
it?
at the first corner, but I don't think it was his. Looks
Okay,
to have it mainly intact. Cress
interesting.
has lost an end plate on the right hand side. But Panda seems to be okay. There was a bit of bumping going on.
Certainly wouldn't have helped his already warm tyres for Panda, so it's going to be an absolute struggle now for him to get some decent points.
3 cars battling into turn 1. We've got CJ, F3 and Co-Andy.
Yeah, the 2 Red Bulls will tick with a
Whole
5-second penalty
position.
already.
Willie Tix in the pits. There's 4 in the pits end. We've got Panda, Willie Tix, Chicken Guy and Cress all coming in for damage.
Oh, big moment for F3. Coming
Yeah,
out
big
turn
move and a
4.
big wheel.
Side by side
Wide
with
again.
Co-Andy.
Co-Andy just tucked in behind him. Now looking for the inside. No, thinks better of it.
Now, if you
We've
were
got Brad
the
right
Ferrari
behind
boys, I don't think they're in a party. But T1000 Zach, obviously on, you would say, the better strategy at this point. Tico will be in quite soon. If you were Tico, would you just let Zach go?
I think while his tyres are still good, he should try and make hay. You see he's pulling a bit of a gap now, he's up to 1.2 seconds. But I think as soon as his tyres go, and if Zach gets up to the back of you, then I think you've just got to let him go. And just do your own race more than anything.
Oh, F3's gone wide. Oh, Brand's got a brilliant run on Co-Andy here though. Might go up the inside on the last corner. Andy's gone a little bit wide.
Co-Andy out wide. The Bulls try not to give each other the slipstream. CJ moving to the inside to cover off F3, who's not close enough into the braking zone.
Yeah, this pack of 4 cars, these 2 Red Bulls, the Mercedes and the McLaren, got quite a big gap now on Aaron.
He's got to Lennon's company. Just
Willie Tix has lost it. Coming up that corner that we've mentioned so many times.
Yeah, turn 13. I'm looking for some. That's dropped him right off the back of Chicken Guy, who is just going past Cress as they go over the line.
Yeah, I believe Willie Tix retired from that anyway, so we're down to 14 runners. It's a pack of 4 still sticking with each other. DRS activated on this lap though, so whoever's at the front of this pack won't be in the best position, so CJ really needs to try and pull away now.
So we've got 2 Ferraris romping clear at the front, and then a great battle going on between the 2 Red Bulls, Bran in the Mercedes and Co-Andy in the first and McLarens. Just behind them we've also got another couple of small battle going on. Aaron with Lennon tight behind him, Ravers within DRS range as well, and onto the podium just outside of DRS range. So
Yeah,
the 4-car battle there, blue flag run far behind.
DRS open.
F3 goes past into 3rd, and I think Brand's going to follow him through. CJ's going to go down 2 spots there if he's not careful.
Yeah, Merck's got him as well.
Battle back against Brand, but just gives each other racing room. But now we'll have DRS up towards turn 4. Meanwhile, in the background, Lennon has done Aaron.
Yeah, Lennon got past Aaron on the straight. Nice to see those 2 continuing their battle from last season. Panda sets a new fastest lap.
Fastest lap, clear track for him. He has come out on, he's on the mediums now, so he's got out of the softs, but that probably will mean he'll have to stop again.
Yeah, definite 2 stop.
Maybe he'll get those mediums to the end. Chicken Guy and Krez still battling hard.
Yeah, Tico continuing to pull a gap, nearly a 2-second gap now to his teammate. So those tyres aren't falling away just yet. Aaron is closing up on this battle as well. Lennon's fallen off it a little bit, and Aaron is right up behind him as well. It was 2 seconds, that little pack, the gap between those guys and Aaron, and it's now 1.5. Obviously Lennon getting past Aaron, but
Here we go again then, DRS. Bran into F3 slipstream. Comes to the outside. He's ahead.
Around the outside.
And around the outside. Great pass there by Bran.
F3 ran over the curb and got a massive jump, and I just don't think he was able to put the power down quite as quick as Bran was. Massive lock up from CJ. Ravers is closing up on Aaron as well, yeah?
Indeed, so this battle about to commence for P8.
Oh! Somebody's gone round!
Go Andy.
Oh no.
That hairpin catching claims its first victim of the race.
Yeah,
drops him out of the battle for the podium.
Blue flag's got past him as well. Oh, Andy gets a 3-second time penalty just to add to his misery for cutting the corner. Did he take any damage from that? It doesn't look like he has any.
I don't think so. There's not a lot of wall nearby that corner. I think it looks probably got on the power on the curb and maybe just lost it.
So Raver's falling back from Aaron a little bit. I think Aaron has fallen out of DRS. No, he's just about managed to keep it on Lennon. So he's very, very close. One more lap though, Lennon might pull away.
I say Bran just able to fend off the Red Bulls that time. He climbs on to third place, but is still within DRS range.
Nearly a 2.5 second gap now between the top two. So again, Tico's
making it last, like you said.
Yeah, he's managing those tyres very well at the minute. Obviously, he's not battling anybody, which is helping. Oh, he's had a massive slide there, though.
Big slide there, though.
Yeah, but again, yeah, he's managing his tyres quite well at the moment. Unless he start falling off rapidly over this lap, which looks like it is because he's lost nearly 7/10 already in those few corners. So,
will this be the lap he comes in?
Yeah, maybe he's hit that cliff. I mean, look at this train of cars here, though. Third down to what? 8th?
Indeed, and then behind them onto the podium, Blue Flag and Co-Andy, all in close proximity to each other.
F3 will be looking to get a run on the Mercedes here. Down towards the last corner they go.
Indeed, and Tico out of the final corner. He's doing another lap, so he's still confident in his tyres now. Zach is starting to close in.
Ooh, bit of a moment for F3. I think Bran is running a straight line setup because even with DRS, F3 is barely making a dent on that time.
If you watch in the braking zone,
oh, he's massively outbroke himself though.
I was gonna say, I watched him last lap and he closed so much time in the braking zone. I think you're right. He's definitely running a lower downforce setup there. That was so nearly a punt into turn 1.
Yeah, he did very well to avoid going into the back of Bran there. Nearly had a Vettel Verstappen 2.0. That's put CJ right on the back of his teammate now though. Lennon continues to fall back off these guys. And Aaron as well falling further off the back of Lennon. Ravers, however, is staying close though, yeah. He's gained another couple of tenths over the last couple of laps. They're coming up behind the ghost car of Willy Tix now.
Meanwhile behind them, Co-Andy and Blue Flag, just 0.3 of a second apart. He gets round the hairpin okay this time, but I think onto the podium had a bit of a moment. He was tight to the inside of the circuit, and now he's got Blue Flag right under his rear wing again.
Yeah, he could be about to lose a couple of places onto the podium. He's going to be the only car here without DRS.
Meanwhile, front two, the Ferraris, it's down to 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, Tico is massively struggling on those tyres now, yeah. Those tyres have definitely hit the cliff, but I think he's trying to stretch this out to try and do the one stop. I think he's going to try and go straight onto the hards and then go to the end, which I think is going to be a risky strategy because he's going to lose a lot of time. Yeah.
From what I remember from doing some testing here the other day, the recommended was 19 laps, so needs at least one more. We could probably stretch him to 20, but we shall see. But I'll say Zach almost within DRS range now.
Yeah,
Like he is
Brand
now within
manages
DRS
to
range.
stay in front of the Red Bulls for another lap as well.
Lennon now right onto CJ's tail. He's closed that gap.
I think CJ's
We've
made
got
a
a four
mistake
car back with
because
him.
he's fallen off the back of his teammate, and like you say, Lennon's right behind him. So there's been a mistake somewhere. Onto the podium has lost those 3 positions to Blue Flag and Coandy as well. So down to P11 for the new Williams driver.
And behind him, Pando's starting to close up on those ahead of him a little bit. Obviously the clear track means he's not battling with anybody. He's just setting fast lap times. Still 15 seconds off the back of onto the podium. Pit stops here was about 23 to 25 seconds, do we think, Norway?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's not a very
Brackets.
complex pit lane, is it?
Not
However,
really.
I don't
At the
remember
front,
what the
here
pit
comes
speed
Tico.
is.
Tico into the pits.
Alright, so lap 9 would be what, lap
And that
10 when he
releases
comes
Zach
out onto the
into the
hards to
lead.
the end. F3 is quite close this time around, though. He might go for a lunge into turn 1, decides better of it. So that's good driving from F3. He knew it was going to be a risk, decided to leave it.
CJ in for the hards. And a new wing as well.
Coandy and Blue Flag, though, going wheel to wheel through turn 1 and turn 2. I think Coandy's going to have the DRS as well to help pull away.
There's Blue Flag on the brakes, looking to the inside, just showing him the nose. Looks in behind and now onto the podium, back into this mix again, so these 3 still at it.
And Ravers has actually got past Aaron as well. Time penalty for Chicken Guy. With how close everybody is at the moment, I think any time penalty is going to be vital.
Indeed, apart from Zach, who is obviously well clear in
Yeah.
first place.
Dutch won't be enjoying this race at the moment.
Be aggressively sipping his beer or cocktail, depending on what's in hand. So
F3 is a little bit closer to Bran on this lap, so he might have a decent run here. If he can get a good exit. Oh, he seems to struggle
Bran
with the
got a better
actually.
exit.
Here we go though.
Seconds, that might be enough.
No, I don't think it is. He isn't closing quite quick enough. Oh,
Again
Aaron's got a
brakes.
penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
And very easily done here. It's a very short pit lane. So Tico in ninth. The first of stoppers is 23 seconds behind the leader. So about 22-23 seconds for a pit stop here.
Yeah, and Zach's medium tyres will still be quite healthy, and with Tico on those hards as well, Zach might even be able to pull a bigger gap, especially with Tico coming up behind traffic as well.
So he's got some clear track for the moment. Just 3 seconds off the back of onto the podium.
Blue flags at the moment.
Blue flag.
Onto the podium, might be up the inside here. Down into the sharp
Around
left.
the outside. Still at it.
Oh, onto the podium's collected him.
Oh dear. A little bit naughty there. Just a touch of tyres.
I think Blue Flag had a slide coming out of the corner, and that's just sent him onto the podium.
Not happy there, is he? Because he can weaving in front of him.
Nah.
Because he feels that was onto the podium's fault. I think he was still side by side. I think I didn't see a slide, but they got together.
Maybe it was a thank you weave for onto the podium, letting him back through.
Maybe. But all that brought Panda right onto their tails.
Yeah, this last points position is going to be an absolute battle between these guys.
Meanwhile, Bran and F3 in together.
Oh, Panda's got a fantastic run out the last corner, onto the podium. Might be close enough here to get a double toe.
Coming out the pit, we've got Bran
coming out the pit, yeah.
Oh,
Bran's going to get right in the way of this. Oh, there's just nowhere to go.
Luckily for Bran, F3 has come
Boy
out
Flag's had
behind
another
these three.
moment though. Panda's just got nowhere
More
to go. He's
contact.
got so much more pace.
Can you go to the middle? I wouldn't go to the middle there, Panda.
He's going to try and make the move on onto the
Better of
podium.
it. On the curb. Oh, big slide. No, still can't get through.
Oh, F3's having a go though, I think.
He's right on the back now. I think he needs to clear these
onto the
three very
podium's had a
quickly,
bit of a moment.
otherwise Bran is going to be gone.
Oh, and another moment for onto the podium. F3's nearly got into the back of him.
Well avoided again. Reactions of a cat.
Yeah, so very interesting battle. Panda's made the move up the inside of Boy Flag as well to move up to P7.
Meanwhile, Bran has already checked out to the tune of 3 seconds. F3 losing time, hand over fist behind these two. Needs to get clear and get on with chasing Bran down again.
Onto the podium's got damage on the right hand side as well.
Blue Flag defending from F3.
Oh,
bit of contact there. Around the outside though,
doing well to keep the car.
Gets the overtake done.
Yeah, should get the DRS as well.
Blue Flag getting rid of those tyres. He's into the pits, following him onto the podium.
Lennon's just come out as well.
He's on his way.
Slots
and
right in between.
In front of F3.
Yeah, that is close.
Well, the referee going around the outside. And gets it done.
Lennon on those cold tyres.
Both of them have got DRS. F3 needs to get this done now.
At the inside.
Oh, bit of a bump, but he gets through.
That
was an important overtake there. You can see how badly getting blocked by Panda, Blue Flag, and onto the podium there has cost him. Because obviously he was well clear.
Zach has pit as well. Now currently in P4. Tico's actually done the undercut. I don't know whether he did that on track, but he's still ahead. A second
between them.
Yeah.
Pretty much where they were when they pitted.
Both now
leaves the Ravens Revenge as our race leader. So we've got come to the end of lap 12.
Lennon's still on the back of F3 up the hill.
Ravens continuing on his mediums.
Don't know whether that was lag from my end, but F3 just jumped back into Lennon. That was very strange. Hopefully nobody's got damage from that.
Andy pits from second.
Yeah. Ferrari up into 2 and 3.
Meanwhile behind we've got Lennon and F3 at it again. Then around the outside he's going
Lennon's
deep.
Missed his braking point.
Too deep there. I think the slipstream effect there didn't get on the brakes early enough. Still at it. You can see how much CJ's fallen off the back here, because he was right on the tail of these two, right on the tail of Lennon before the pit stops. And he's now 5 seconds back in 8th place.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be able to get those hard tyres to start working for him. Andy's on the back of Aaron here.
Oh, chicken guy with a huge slide. Just about kept it all together.
Zach is around the back of his teammate now. Towards the last corner, 6/10 is the gap. If Zach can get a decent exit on this last corner, might have a run down into turn 1.
Meanwhile, our race leader pits at the end of lap 13. Ravers taking his mediums for 13 laps. And that will hand the lead back to this Ferrari battle.
Yeah, Zach with the fastest lap of the race as well.
He's got the DRS, but he's not close enough this time.
Might try and set up and move into turn 4. Maybe we can get a good run through here. There we go. Is he close enough? He pulls out to have a look.
Ooh, and a bit of a lock up there from Tico, but no harm done.
A little bit closer this time round though. Just needs to be patient.
So Bran in 3rd place, now 8 seconds off.
Oh, Kalandi has made another mistake. Turn 1. So he's lost position to his teammate, and Cress has gone through as well. That's not going to do his tyres any good.
No, indeed. So Panda up to 4th after his first lap spin.
Yeah, he's had a
Obviously
great
on the
recovery
mediums,
drive.
I think he's going to have to stop again, so he needs to...
Oh, big slide from F3. I don't know if him and Lennon made any contact, but he's definitely ran wide. That's going to let Ravers through as well up the inside. So, a couple of positions lost there from the Red Bull driver.
Lots of support in the chat there. Peatman, hashtag Team Ravers, as we see him take 6th place.
Yeah, and he's going to the end of the race as well, I think, so...
Showing good pace so far, but F3, F3 right under his rear wing again, so expect a DRS battle.
Oh, Zach might be going for a move into turn 1 here. Right on the back of the gearbox.
Not turn 1, but maybe turn 4.
Yeah, he's got a good run through it. A lot closer than he was on the last lap. Not quite close enough though.
I think if it was somebody that wasn't his teammate, he might be more inclined to have a go. But like you say, 2 Ferraris playing the team game very well.
Bahrain in 3rd place. I say Panda currently 4th, but does have to pit again. But I mean, so far it's been a decent recovery drive from what happened to him on the first lap. If he can put in some decent laps now, he might be able to come out at the edge of the points.
If he can go long enough, stick the soft tyre on at the end again, then he might be able to claw back a few more positions.
Yeah,
so at the moment, I think he'd probably come out in about 12th place. So we'd need to make up a couple more positions to get some points. Still a long way to go. We're just past half distance.
Quite a few
Ferraris on the start
finish.
now. Back on the Ferraris, and Zach is right under the rear wing of Tico.
So much closer.
This time surely. This time surely. Got a good run at the final corner.
Unless Tico is running some mad straight line speed.
Goes defensive. Attack to the outside. Fends him off. Can he go the overcuts? No.
Oh,
bit of a wobble. That's probably gonna say.
Yes, you can't get the run through there. I think the dirty air. Oh, bit of a slide from Tico though. I think the dirty air through 2 and 3 is what is just making the difference for Tico, because Zach just can't get a good enough run up towards turn 4.
Just currently enjoying one of those helicopter shots of this battle. No, it's gone.
Let's have a look at the traction out the corner. DRS open.
No, I don't think he's close enough. Not on this straight. I don't think the straight's long enough.
Nah, I think
still
he's
right on his tail.
Keeping everything turned down for this straight. Keeping up with him with the DRS. Turning everything back up on the back straight.
So he's got plenty of ERS energy left. Tico only 38%. Zach has 81.
Oh,
Get a flag sector 1. I think that's onto the podium's gone.
Tico having to let his teammate through. He probably doesn't want to fight too hard. Zach's got the move done. I don't know who's going to get DRS. I think it might still be Zach. No, Tico has it. No, none of them have it. What is going on?
Somebody has it, they haven't used it. Side by side.
Nobody using DRS. Zach trying to hold the inside.
Oh, what a great overtake by Tico.
Yeah, they're trying to respect each other. I don't think they want to crash out. Zach
using the DRS around the outside.
This is a fantastic battle between the two Ferraris.
Great respect there, and of course, first rule is do not take your teammate off.
Yeah, fantastic racing.
You two for that.
From those guys.
Looking a bit further back, Bran still 7.8 seconds off the battle for the lead, but he's comfortable in 3rd place. Lennon has now dropped F3, a tune of about 1.2, 1.3 seconds. Ravers 2 seconds behind them, and he's got CJ now under his rear wing. Half a second between those two. Aaron running in 8th place. A bit of a lonely ride for him. 4 seconds to the guys in front, and he's 5 seconds ahead of Coandy, who's got Cress not too far behind him. With Panda, who's taken another pit stop. He's come out in 11th, and he's gone on to the mediums again, I believe. No, he's on the hards now. But fresh hards, so what can he do with his extra grip? He's just 3 seconds off the point scoring positions. Blue flag 12 seconds in a rear in 12th, with Chicken Guy running in the 13th, a couple of seconds behind him.
Yeah, Panda might still be able to claw himself back into the points here, because although he's on the hards, a lot of these guys have been on the hard side for quite a while now, so they're going to be very worn towards the end of the race. So Panda might just find pace from nowhere, and he's not a slow driver anyway, so.
Naturally, he's been setting some very good lap times around here. I mean, what might he have done had he not have had that first lap?
Cress
accident?
is in. Cress might be going for the fastest lap. Although with 10 laps to go.
Sit on board with him. What's he going for? Soft, nope, mediums.
Okay, interesting.
The colour of that change. He's gone for the mediums. 11 laps and probably make it. He's
CJ's got past Ravers.
Position.
4 P6.
Just missed that. Ravers though not falling away.
Might be
DRS down the straight.
Tico's still on the back of his teammate as well.
So Zach just inching away. It's 7/10. That'll probably be enough to hold on to the lead. Down the start, finish straight. But Tico should be right with him by the first corner. He's going to show him the nose.
He had a look. I'm still here.
Just showing him the nose, putting himself in the mirrors. Going to get a good run out of 3. Zach on the curb, and he's gone defensive. But again, good respect shown, but they are so close. I'm almost nervous watching them. So I don't think there's going to be an intentional contact, but the way these cars handle under brakes when you're following somebody, very easy to go back into the back of the car in front of you. And when it's your teammate in the first race for the lead, even worse.
Oh yes. Panda up into 10th now, obviously with Cress having that pit stop. 2.5 seconds to Coandy in 9th.
So Coandy's recently pitted as well, hasn't he? So I don't think Panda will have too much tyre advantage over Coandy. Let's see, he's pulling back a couple of tenths.
Yeah, he's definitely
Still
catching
10 laps to go. Meanwhile, they are both starting to catch Aaron a little bit now. The gap was 5 seconds, it's now 3.8 between Coandy and Aaron. So might the other has be coming into play. Sure.
Yeah. Ravers has fallen off the back of CJ as well, so he's currently in P7 by himself. Still not a bad position for Ravers to finish in. I'm sure he'll be quite happy with that.
Indeed, but the 2 Ferraris are still going at it. Still just 0.3 of a second apart.
Ooh, Tico! Getting very, very close to the back of his teammate.
I'm sure they know what they're doing. Formation flying from the Ferraris. Panda with the fastest lap.
Another fastest lap from Panda. Oh, on the curve a little bit from Tico. Manages to control the car though. Great race from these two guys so far. Battling has been immense.
He's in the slipstream, but again this straight probably just too short, especially with all the cars being equal. I think don't expect any move there if both cars get a clean exit out of turn 10. Do they both get through the corner? They do. Staying away from that curb, and despite battling they are still pulling away from Brand now. It's 10 seconds back to 3rd place.
Yeah, these Ferraris are absolutely flying at the minute.
On rails, the pair of them. Great setups, and they've just driven away from the field, but not driven away from each other.
Tico's a lot
DRS
closer on this lap.
still half a second. I think he's too far back. Show him the nose again. Nothing more than that.
Brakes a little bit easier this time.
Can he get a good run through 3? 0.3 of a second, he's close. So that goes defensive.
Yeah, he tried a little dummy there, Tico.
Brilliant cat and mouse between these two.
Panda with another fastest lap. He is absolutely flying at the minute.
5. Now the Red Bulls have got themselves together again at 5 and 6.
Panda's within a second of Coandy as well for P9. Might be on the back of his teammate come the end of this race.
How much more could it have been though? The as Crest takes away the fastest lap.
Yeah, he's on those fresher tyres. So we've got 2 teams battling at the moment. I say 2 teams, two teammates.
Oh, Chicken Guy and Blue Flag are together for 11th and 12th. Just
Tico with some crazy coursing speed under braking there. He's a little bit closer than the last
run
lap.
now out of the final corner. Is that going defensive still?
Yeah, I don't know. Tico's closing up quite quick here.
No, again.
He definitely thought about the lunge.
Zach goes wide. That's going to compromise his exits.
Yeah, I think he's trying to force Zach into a mistake here.
DRS is open. Is he close enough this time? No, again.
Yeah, he keeps faking the pull out just to try and get Zach a little bit distracted, make a mistake under braking.
Not having any of it. That's why he is champion.
CJ's right on the back of his teammate here though. Might have a look up the inside of F3.
Oh dear me. Three's wide on the exits. CJ gives it a bootful. No opposite lock. Just falls in behind again.
Tries to get the power down, but the car not agreeing with him.
Panda has passed Coandy for 9th.
Yeah. And now he's hunting down his teammate.
3.9 seconds to go and stabilise that gap. But Panda and Coandy have been battling. Now Panda is clear. Can he set off and close down on Aaron?
Peakman asking if this Ferrari battle is going to end in tears. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Final corner, just 3/10. Zach with a slightly better exit, but Tico is closer.
Yeah, it's as close as it's been over the last couple of laps.
Going defensive already. Tico to the outside.
Might go for the switchback. He has.
Zach running deep again.
Oh, he's so much closer this time round.
Turn 2. Better exit there out of turn 3.
Zach
this time
in the outside. They might go side by side through the S's.
Oh.
It's getting closer. Panda with another fastest lap.
He's taken a second out of Aaron on that lap as well.
Well,
Aaron struggling on old tyres.
6 laps to go, and this battle is getting very, very
Red
close.
Bull side by side. And CJ gets it done.
Through the mini S's they go. F3's got some weird rev glitch. Yeah, CJ up into 5th. Ravers isn't far behind this battle either.
Back in again as well, isn't he? These two continue to battle. He's just outside the DRS range. And we're back with the leaders, and it's as you were. Just 3 or 4 tenths between them.
Yeah,
the final corner, who gets the better exit? Zach with a slightly better exit again. DRS opens up. Here we go again. Zach not going defensive this time. Tico looks, but too far back.
Yeah, neither driver has a lot of VRS.
Again, no.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's
so
got a good
much
run this
closer.
time.
Yeah, he is so
He's got a good
close.
run this time. He's gone. Oh, Zach's gone defensive. Can he
This
get
might
around the
be it.
outside? Ooh.
Zach still holds P1.
Great racing between these two.
Oh, Tico's gone out onto the curb.
Good respect was shown between the two.
Yeah, this is
Still
absolutely
taking
superb.
chunks out of each other.
Quality racing from these two guys. The two Red Bulls are sticking with each other as well, and Ravers has closed in by another 10th.
Behind them also, Miss Panda has jumped
Yeah,
Aaron for 8th.
two more teammates
So,
battling now.
took a second out of him last lap. Aaron obviously on older tyres, Panda on the fresher rubber, and that's just too much grip.
Panda's showing some great pace at the moment. I'm sure Aaron probably just let him through. They'll be in a party together. Right, let's have
The final corner, here go the Ferraris again.
Coming up behind some traffic as well.
Is that Willie Tix's car?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yes, it is. It's Willie Tix's car. So ghost car, so that shouldn't be a problem. It might distract him though, be in his
a little
eye
bit of
line.
contact.
Ooh.
I don't think anybody's got damage. It was only slight contact.
We've got the rear tyre. Four laps to go, and these two still going at it, hammer and tongue.
Yeah, the Red Bulls are side by side as well through 2 and 3. F3's gone right across the corner.
F3 taking the
Keeps
place
the
back.
DRS as well. Oh, a massive slide from F3. Oh. Ravers has got within DRS as well.
So the battle of 2 becomes a battle of 3. Can Ravers get them both?
Panda showing his pace. He's now 2 seconds in front of his teammate.
All that in a lap as well. So just so much more grip.
Yeah, Tico's a little bit further back on
him.
this lap. CJ's right on the back of his teammate though. CJ having to lift off a little bit.
So Tico taking, obviously he's not close enough this lap. I think he's going to, yeah, no move this time, but he has closed up into turn 1.
Oh, another huge slide from F3 through the final corner, and CJ surely will get the move done into turn 1.
DRS is open, they're side by side, Ravers behind them, taking advantage of the tow as well. He's now in this battle. Oh, the Rebels getting together.
Yeah, CJ has got through. F3 might try and hold it on the inside though.
So tight. So tight in
CJ's
there.
got the DRS to pull away. Tries to break the toe.
F3 locks
Bit of
his
a
brake, he's
lock-up.
going to go wide. Can he switch back? Oh, there's a contact there.
I think CJ might hold it. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris. Oh,
no!
I think there was contact.
Off goes F3. Big
F3 has
slide.
had to go across the corner.
And there's Ravers going to jump him.
He's managed to come back onto the track.
Big slide there. I think it's big slide as though he turned into that first part of the S and he bailed out of it. Oh, Ravers locking a brake now as well.
Oh, cutting the corner a little bit. I'm sure that would have given him a warning. Two Ferraris are now separated by nearly a second. Ravers might have a look up the inside of F3 though.
Oh, again.
This is really helping CJ pull away. Well, I think it might be. Unless Zach makes a mistake.
Zach on the fresher tyres now. Has TK used his tyres up?
Andy's on the back of Aaron now as well. Aaron must be struggling.
So I think Andy pitted later, didn't he? I think he ran a bit longer in that first stint. His tyres will be fresher.
F3 still getting the DRS from his teammate, which is helping him hold on to P6.
Bend off Ravers and Panda now only 2.4 seconds behind. He's halved the gap in the last couple of laps since going
I think
past
Coandy's made a
Aaron.
little bit of contact with Aaron. Aaron did well to hold it. Chicken guy's in the pit.
Sticking on some soft tyres. Gonna go for a fast lap at the end.
Bit of a slide from Coandy. Oh.
So the CJ F3 Ravers battle's still going on for 5th,
Yeah.
6th and 7th. Panda now just 1.6 seconds behind, another second out of these three. They
F3
continue to
clearly has
battle.
some pace because CJ pulled out a 1.2 second gap while F3 and Ravers were fighting. And like I say, the gap's now half a second. Aaron's picked up another penalty. And Coandy might have a decent run. Meanwhile, the Ferraris are back within half a second.
But no overtaking opportunities at this part of the lap.
Quite a bit going on. It's going to be a struggle to keep up with all of this for the last couple of laps.
So, first race not disappointing at all. Ravers within 4/10 of F3, shows in the nose.
Yeah, F3 still getting the DRS from his teammate.
Panda's possibly not going to get there unless these three hold each other up quite dramatically on this penultimate lap of the race.
I mean, the pace that Panda's showing so far, I would not be surprised if he somehow gets past these three guys, and if he does, what a drive that would have been.
He's almost within DRS range.
Yeah,
So
he's
that
gaining
he's
on
coming.
these guys
Still coming.
extremely quickly.
Ravers having a look into turn 11, trying to show the nose to F3, but F3 not.
If he can get within
any other.
DRS of Ravers, we might
Just
see a very
about.
interesting last lap.
He's too far back, I think, at the minute for attack on turn 1, but he's got within 6/10. Ravers, oh, F3 had a bad exit there, and Ravers right on his tail. Trying to go for the inside.
Andy's had a bit of a wiggle.
Back to the outside, that's going to help Panda. Still holding each other up, he's within half a second as well.
CJ's managed to get away.
F3's lost the DRS.
Yeah, that DRS
Ravers
was
do
helping
here.
F3 so much.
Done him on the outside.
Oh, F3's going to try and hold on the inside though. Ravers has lost a bit of traction, I think. Meanwhile, Panda now is right behind these guys and might get them both into turn 4.
No, Panda's got a great exit. And now he's on the attack.
Well, he's got nowhere to go though. Doesn't quite know where to put his
Oh,
car, I don't
Ravers
think.
into the back of F3. And there goes Panda through 1.
Oh, might try and go up the
Oh, not
inside
there,
of the
not
S's.
there. Oh, thinks better of it. Now he's right in this battle.
he's
He's
gonna
getting
go
up
the
the inside
inside,
here. No.
Oh, he's forced F3
come on,
wide.
and slide. Big
Yeah.
slide.
Panda forced F3 into a mistake there. Good driver from Panda.
Oh,
Contact
contact.
made though.
Round the outside.
Oh, fantastic
Great
driving.
side-by-side battling. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris as you were, and I think it's going to finish as you.
F3 might go try and go up the
Zach
inside
at the
here.
final corner.
Panda gets it done.
The Ferraris 1 and 2.
Yeah, fantastic race from those two guys. Brand will come across the line in P3, but I'm going to try and keep an eye on this battle because it's not done yet.
Oh, after another slide.
There you go. Fantastic
Ravers
race
is
by
on him
Brand.
again.
P3, P4 for Lennon. CJ might just about hold on to P5, but this battle for P6 is still going on.
Ravers, I don't think he's got enough traction. I think it's done.
There we go. Across the line. Panda, what a recovery drive.
Indeed,
P6
fantastic.
after spinning on the opening lap. Aaron will come home for the last point.
And
Wow.
one more penalty for good measure. So we watched the
What a
final
race.
couple of guys coming over. Cress, he picked up damage on that first lap as well in all the melee. I think that's probably cost him a better result. Comes home in 11th. blue flag, who also picked up damage. P12 on the final finisher. Chicken guy. Is he going to get the fastest lap on the last lap on those soft tyres?
I'm not sure he did.
Not sure he did.
Alright, let's try and get these guys into the party then.
Then a distant third, but a secure third, and that's good points on the board for him. So now we await the drivers for some questions and interviews.
Yeah, Zach with the best possible start, I'm sure.
In the lobby, what we've got. If they can carry on that. What a race, one of the best I've seen on FTRL. Action everywhere. That's exactly what we like to see.
Yeah. Ferrari battle was definitely something to watch.
Ferrari battle, the Red Bull battle.
Hello. So just waiting on Bran, I believe. Oh, here he is. Okay. Right. Good to go then. So might as well get it started while the game gets back to the lobby. Right, Zach. Congratulations on the first race win of the season. It certainly wasn't easy. It was a fantastic battle between you and your teammate, but how was the race overall for you? I mean, might as well start with qualifying as well.
Yeah, the quali was really good. P3 on the mediums, and then the race, yeah, Tico was really fast, even with warmer tires than me. So yeah, we had a great battle, and it was really fun. Yeah, congrats to Tico.
I mean, what was it like battling your teammate that close? I'm sure it was quite scary, not wanting to take each other out, but
I was speaking with him during our battle, so we knew what
you were in
we
a party,
were doing. So we were trying to not crash. Yeah, but it ended quite well. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it definitely makes it seem a lot calmer than it was. Certainly from watching it, we weren't sure whether you guys were communicating or not. The last thing we wanted to see was two Ferraris in the barrier. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic battle to watch. Onto the sort of objective for this season then. Like I say, Dutch obviously isn't here, who most would consider your closest sort of rival for the title. He won't be here next week as well, so I'm assuming you're going to try and...
Really?
Yeah, I believe he's missing next week as well. I may be wrong on that, but
Yeah,
No,
I don't think so.
so.
I think he's away. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming you'll be going for the win again next week. Try and get as many points on Dutch as you can.
Yeah, I'm going to try, because I'm also going to be not doing all the races this season, because I'm going to be in holidays, maybe in August. So yeah, I have to get as many as points as possible for now, because I'm going to miss some races later on.
Wow. Okay, that's gonna definitely balance things out across the season and make it a lot closer than we initially thought it would be. I'm assuming you're going for the title again.
I will try, but it will be quite hard, I think.
Yeah, especially with the pace from your teammate. Certainly,
Yes.
certainly is going to be a close battle this season. But yeah, congrats on the win, mate. Fantastic to watch. And I'll pass you over to to Lee for Tico.
Indeed. So, Tico, congratulations.
Thank you.
Pole position. Great start, and then that battle with your teammates was just absolutely fantastic to watch. How was it to be a part of?
It was very nice to find my teammate. He was clean, and yeah, he's a fair driver, so always nice to race.
Indeed, I suppose it's probably a little bit gutting to have led the early stages, got back out in front of your teammates, but then him to just pip you. And we were watching so many times where you sort of looked at the inside, you seemed to have a run. Was it because it was your teammate, you were probably less inclined to maybe try a move?
No, my tires were going off a bit too much. I had like 83% at the end, so I couldn't overtake him at the end, but I tried.
No, so you did have some great racing going on there. So obviously started the season off strongly. What are your objectives this year? Do you think you can stay in the title hunt? Are you aiming for a top 3, a top 5? What's the aim?
No, I'm aiming for the top spot, P1, win for the championship.
P1. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
So race 1 under your belt. How are you finding the game so far? Obviously, it's quite a bit different to the 2018 version. Obviously, you're showing good pace so far. Do you think you can continue that all season?
Well, I wasn't listening, sorry.
So there's quite a lot of differences between the new game 2019 and 2018 game.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're showing good pace so far. So, are you liking the cars and how they handle?
Yeah, I really like this game. It's a bit difficult, but yeah, it's fun to race on this game.
Yeah, well, you made it look easy tonight. So yeah, great job, and hopefully that's the first of many podiums for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, Bran then. I predicted you would get on the podium at the start of the race. After a bit of a mad start, we're still not quite sure what happened at the start. I'm sure you had a pretty good view from where you were. What quite happened there? I think Panda made contact with one of the Ferraris.
To be honest, your guess is as good as mine, really. I just saw a car spinning and I got whacked. That was about it, and then just carried on. Don't know what clue it was, how it happened, or anything like that. I just was sort of there, and it sort of happened. So,
Yeah, I think Panda got a bit too deep into turn 1 and hit Tico and got damage from that. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Okay, fair enough. Other than that, then, Brant, how was the race in general for you? You had a couple of battles at the start of the race, and then kind of calmed down a little bit, and was a bit peaceful for you towards the end of the race.
yeah, it was pretty lonely, to be honest. The pace of the Ferraris was just amazing. No way I was getting anywhere near them guys. That's about it, really. A simple strategy. I just sort of I was getting caught by Len at the end, but I was pretty confident that he wouldn't catch me. So yeah, I don't know what the next track is, but if I can get another podium, I'd be pretty happy.
Right, fantastic. Well, I mean, I was saying at the start of the race, obviously you had some fantastic pace on the last game, sort of out of nowhere, and you had a fantastic season towards the back end, and it looks like that pace has carried over onto this year's game. So, I mean, taking last season into consideration, what are your objectives for this season?
I don't know really. Maybe top 3 championship, top 4.
Ooh.
Which obviously Hugo and Dutch, CJ, Tico, pretty much everyone. Well, like he's gonna be quick. So
Yes.
you know, if I can stay with them, then I'll be happy. Basically, obviously I'm also no ABS this year, so I'm quite happy. I've sort of adapted to that quick, and I'm quite happy with my pace.
Yeah, well, this doesn't seem to be bothering you that much. But I mean, yeah, like you say, Div 1 is packed with quick drivers. But yeah, I mean, mate, your pace is definitely up there with the rest of them. You're definitely not shying away, which is great to see. But yeah, fantastic race, mate. Congrats on the P3. Hopefully you get a few more this season. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the race, guys. So, opening race of FTRL Season 10. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Wait.
Indeed, just seen in the chat actually.
Brilliant.
Apparently, Aaron outbraked himself and he ran into the back of Panda at turn 1. So it was two Hazes getting together that caused the spin for the Panda.
So always
No,
the
he
Hazes.
crashed into me, I think.
Has just like real life.
Always
I
the
just
Hazes.
connected Dutch. He is there next week.
Oh,
Well,
he
he
is
is back
there.
next week.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
There we go then. That's something to definitely tune in for. But yeah, thank you for
seen the race.
yeah, he's coming back
Decided
early.
they can't handle the performance. He's got to come back a week early. Sub the holiday, sub the cocktails, and back next week. And
He's getting Marcos to fly him home early. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. We did have a lot of comments, so really appreciate the support. Always fantastic to see the amount of people that watch. But yeah, F2 tomorrow. I got it right. So make sure you yeah, make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock, same time as always, same channel as always. Yeah, we will see you then.
And don't forget, on Wednesday it's the debut of.
Oh yeah. Yes, F3. So yeah, we hope to see you then. Ciao for now.